testimony is both a blessing and a miracle. And you may have noticed the three others joining us here on stage today. And there are our kids. Say hello to Nicole, Hannah, and John Micah Hayworth. Today is also known as President's Day, as we honor two of our greatest chief executives, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. Mindful of Washington's observation that actions, not words, are the true criterion for the attachment of friends, and Lincoln's admonition that he has a right to criticize who has a heart to help. Today, I announce my candidacy for the United States Senate from the great state of Arizona. I may be losing my voice, but we are not going to lose this election. You and I both know that these are very difficult times for our country. Unemployment remains staggeringly high. Millions of Arizonans have seen their retirement savings dwindle. The small businesses that are the lifeblood of our economy will not take on new workers because they're afraid of what Washington will do to them. Simple fact is, the current Democrat leadership in the White House, the House, and the Senate are simply not up to the challenges we face. Their solution, more and bigger government, reckless bailouts, endless deficit spending, higher taxes, and a radical takeover of our healthcare system, cannot solve our problems. In fact, their so-called remedies only make a bad situation worse. Arizona needs strong, reliable, conservative leadership based on constitutional principles to stand up to the Democrats' leftist agenda and offer the conservative solutions we need to get our country moving again. With your help, I will provide that leadership. My governing philosophy is no secret. It is based on limited government, free markets, a stable currency, and a strong national defense. My belief in God is also no secret. And that's why I believe America's best days are still in front of us.
So whom are you getting signatures for?
Like Ronald Reagan, I believe that government is not the solution to our problem. Too often, government is the problem. And government just isn't too big, it's also too greedy. Washington always expects you to tighten your belt, but will never tighten its own. A case in point, President Obama's new budget freezes spending on top of an 84% increase in discretionary spending that he signed into law. Now, that's bad enough. But this so-called freeze is also delayed for 1 year. You know and I know this so-called freeze is an obvious election year stunt designed to mask President Obama's reckless spending. And sadly, but perhaps predictably, John McCain has endorsed it. Yep, John is already out there attacking me for fiscal irresponsibility, even though I have a better lifetime rating from Citizens Against Government Waste than he does. You see, my friend John is choosing to focus on the only area where he has a conservative reputation. But it is a reputation that, to put it mildly, is somewhat exaggerated. After all, John McCain voted for the $850 billion bailout, but then said it's not enough. So he proposed spending $300 billion to buy up every bad mortgage in America. And did I mention that the bank bailout vote included $150 billion in earmarks? That's right, earmarks. The very spending John McCain claims to oppose. He's also supported a cap-and-trade plan that would impose a costly bureaucracy, raise energy costs, and in the process raise taxes on American families. Now, speaking of taxes, John McCain voted against the landmark tax cuts of 2001 and 2003, which I helped write. And to add insult to injury, he mimicked his leftist pals in the Senate by calling them tax cuts for the rich. But the most alarming initiative that John McCain has proposed is his illegal alien amnesty plan. According to the Heritage Foundation, that McCain amnesty would cost you and me and other American taxpayers $2.6 trillion over the long term. To be clear, that's trillion with a T. You cannot call yourself a fiscal conservative and stubbornly push a $2.6 trillion bailout for illegal aliens, and that's what it is, a legal bailout in defiance of the wishes of the people. What John McCain tried to do with his illegal alien bailout is precisely what Barack Obama did with health care. Both failed because neither listened to the people. We can do better. And when you send me to the United States Senate, we will do better. It's really very simple. On the radio, it was my job to talk. As your senator, it will be my job to listen. In countless conversations with Arizonans, you've made it clear that a seat in the United States Senate is something that has to be earned. This Senate seat does not belong to any one party or any one personality, and it most certainly does not belong to the Washington establishment. It belongs to the people of Arizona, and you will decide who occupies it for the next 6 years.